Hello, everyone. This is another video in the series we're calling Why We Serve. This is really intended as a continuing education for our volunteers, our advocates, as well as an explanation of who we really are as a ministry. Today, I want to talk about something that recurs frequently, but there were several examples of today. One of my team members referred to it as continuous positive regard. I often refer to it as expecting more, and probably harm reduction simply would say it is belief in the value of all people. But this principle is used all the time by myself and our team and our volunteers. No matter how broken the behavior of the person in front of us appears to be, we see the value in them. No matter how difficult the person is, we expect them to cooperate. And honestly, if they're not able to, we are expected to communicate that to the person and to ask for them to change. Several examples today. There was one person who is very high, and likes being high, and we understand that. We do practice harm reduction. We're not driving them away, but they were disruptive, disrespectful, and destructive, and we expected better of them. They couldn't give it, and one of our team members simply said to them, "I've given you this, and now I need you to go away. We're not going to serve you again today. We're going to try again tomorrow." And the person simply went away and did what we asked. And that we believe in the value of this person. We have high regard for them, but we held boundaries with them and they cooperated, and that's awesome. Another example is a young man who I honestly don't know 100% why his behavior is what it is. We all believe the street would call him on the verge of being perma-fried. I don't believe in perma-fry, generally speaking, but nevertheless, the street would describe him that way. Probably it's a result of drugs. It could also be organic chemistry in his brain, as a result of some mental health condition or challenge. But nevertheless, he was constantly singing, but he wanted to be with us, and we were sitting outside in a prayer circle. And prayer circle requires people to listen to the leader and respond and listen to the responses. And he was singing constantly. And at some point, I said, "I'm really glad you're here and I'm really glad you want to participate. But if you want to keep sitting in that chair, you have to stop singing and you have to try to listen to the responses." And lo and behold, he did. Now, it didn't last for too long. 2 or 3 minutes later, he began singing again. And I communicated the same thing to him, and he wanted to stay, and he was able to rise to that challenge. And there is another example where I'm sure the behavior is not perma-fry, but fully functional. The person is acting, again, I'm going to use street language. The person is acting crazy. But it is my opinion that there are people who are trying to get him to do something that he does not want to do, that is, in fact, probably criminal and bad. And he is responding by being crazy, if you want to call it that. And that keeps them at bay. It keeps them out of his life. But I expect better, and when he asks for something in a crazy, unacceptable way, I just look at him and say, "I don't understand." And he very clearly makes his request known, And when he is unacceptably, unsafe around me because of this craziness, I say that's not acceptable, and he immediately stops. So, I have high regard for him, and I value him, and I respect him, and we get it back. And that is a principle that it goes throughout our ministry, and it comes from several sources, as I've mentioned, but there's three very simple applications of it just today. Look for ways to apply it in our work together or in your work. I don't think you'll be disappointed in the results you see. Thanks very much. That's why we serve.